discuss and consider ordinance number 19-01-02, and ordinance to reconcile the subdivision and zoning appendices concerning parking regulations, first reading.
Mayor, Council, we're presenting an ordinance to reconcile our subdivision and zoning appendices concerning parking requirements. The purpose of this amendment basically is to alleviate the confusion that we are encountering when developers are attempting to figure out what type of parking is required for their locations. We've had two different types of parking. One was in our zoning and one was in our actual subdivision regulations, which was recently adopted in 2015. So basically, we're just going to amend the ordinance by creating a new ordinance stating that we're going to follow only the subdivision, pardon me, the parking appendix A of our zoning ordinance.
Will all be the same?
So what that means is the subdivision regulations originally had stated a 10 by 22 parking space per bedroom. And our zoning ordinance had dictated a different ratio. It broke down for your single family a minimum of 2 parking spaces. Your apartments were 2 parking spaces per unit, and multifamily, again, 2 parking spaces per unit. And when you got into your civic, schools, restaurant, bars, things of that nature, it went into a ratio of square footage of the facility itself. And that is what we're going to continue to move forward with. It should alleviate any questions as to what parking is required.
Throwing in the shade trees along with the parking spaces, right?
Well, making sure that those development standards don't change. Most definitely, we do require that.
So now, instead of a bed, it's a square foot.
Pardon?
So now, instead of how many beds it is, it's per square foot of the,
So, no, it's, instead of, yes, 1 per 10 by 22, we're actually going back to our original zoning ordinance, which dictated 9 by 18 per unit, or per, like a single family residence is 2 parking spaces, a manufactured home is 2 parking spaces, and an apartment is 2 parking spaces per unit, whether it's a 1-bedroom apartment or a 4-bedroom apartment. Okay, again, and then everything else will actually flow under a ratio per square footage of the overall square footage of a facility.
and this is, we're doing this to have more uniformity in the,
Correct, that's actually correct. More uniformity and less confusion on the city end. We send out both these ordinances, we dictate both of these ordinances in our plan review. And the people that are looking at them aren't necessarily right here, the ones that are designing it. They're going, they're speaking with owners and or contractors. All we're trying to do is take the questions and confusion out of it. They have 1 parking schedule to reference, and that's gonna be referenced on this particular ordinance.
do you got a problem with it?
Go ahead,
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 19-01-02, an ordinance to reconcile the subdivision and zoning appendices concerning parking requirements, first reading.
That's it.
Thank you.
I have a motion by Councilman Noonan and a second by Councilman Chayes to approve the first reading of ordinance number 19-01-02 as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Let the record show the motion carries. You want me to break? Okay.
Your
We will
leg?
take a short break
Monday.
The time is 6:48. 5-minute break.
No, I just.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Back on the other day.